What do you... Don't look at that picture and laugh. We're live now, guys. I just said we were
Hello.
live. We are now live. Everyone can see us. Everyone's happy to see us, I hope.
Oh, Josh,
Welcome.
you need to log in on
Yes, I
Roll20.
do.
Yes. Welcome to Winter's Embrace, the Legend of the Five Rings adventure. This is our second game. I'm Corey, I'm the Game Master. And introducing us, going around in the circle that you can see there on the screen is Tarek. Who are you playing, Tarek?
I'm playing Ikomakage, a Emerald Magistrate, an all-around cool guy.
Under him is Josh. Who are you playing, Josh?
Hello, I'm Josh, and I'm playing Shiba Inoue, a Phoenix clan member, and Shugenja,
And what's a Shugenja?
a magical priest.
There you go. And Crystal. What you
I'm playing Hida Nozomi, a Crab Clan Bushi.
playing? And Ibushi.
I love tea!
loves tea. And Ibushi, of course, is a warrior.
And beating people over the head with a giant stick.
We're missing Matt right now. He is just really late because he fell into a toilet and got flushed out into the ocean. And he'll be playing...
That is very true. Those are things that actually happened in reality. Real and true.
What you don't know is that Matt is actually a small fish inside of a human suit.
He's Aquaman.
Aquaman.
What was that Nickelodeon cartoon with the action figures that were like superheroes and one always got to where he needed to go by being flushed down the toilet?
Hey, no, I know this one.
Yeah, I know
I know
you know.
exactly what you're talking about.
You showed it to me, Tarek.
Wait.
You're the one who...
Are you talking about the guys who were, like, part of
They were, like-
Kablam?
Yes, and they were like melted. One of them was Melted Man, and then there was like a
The
Wonder
diver
Woman
guy.
There was a Stinky Diver was one
Stinky
of them.
Diver, that's what his name was.
Diver.
I
I
actually-
really only remembered Melt Man with the power to melt!
Yeah, Melt Man was one of my
I
favorites.
actually owned the action figure that Stinky Diver was based on.
Oh, really?
I owned him. He was like an early 2000s shipwreck
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
like G.I. Joe.
from G.I. Joe Shipwreck. And what I liked about him is on his card on the back of the box said Shipwreck was always a goof and a mess up. And so they shipped him out to the Marines to, you know, get him in shape and stuff. They were hoping to make sure he was no longer a loudmouth, but he came back, and he wasn't a goof up anymore. He actually had the skills to pay the bills, but he was still like mouthing off to people and cracking stupid jokes, and it didn't help his discipline at all. Which is
It just
great.
Taught him
Which
how
is
to
fun.
be more competent while being a dick to everyone.
Yes. Well, Matt is playing Togashi Tatsuo, a Dragon Clan monk with mystical tattoos that give him superpowers.
They
Yes,
are
he is
super.
kind of like our action hero.
Yes.
With real karate chop action.
So, let's talk about our Patreon real quick. If you go to my Patreon in the link below in the comments or wherever you can find it, patreon.com/deadunicorn, you can find cool L5R adventures, NPCs, all sorts of stuff for free. You can just go grab it. If you want to support the channel, we really appreciate that. You can go and make a donation there, and that helps us out. Our Patreon squires are listed right over there, right? Just this way, there, down there. And one of them is being covered up because usually I have a different screen, but since there's only 4 people, Amazonian She is down there, so shout out to her, Cam, JH, and Necrosis. Thank you guys very, very much. Let's do a little recap of what has happened in the game. Who would like to do a recap?
Josh.
Josh, do a recap.
Me. Okay.
do one.
Things happened. We had tea.
It's an amazing recap. So
Yeah.
many things happened.
So many things happened.
I feel like we've been on a journey now.
Yes. And we barely entered the building. Let's see. We met up with Kikita Ryoku, courtier and writer. We went through some serious nervousness in trying to properly do the tea ceremony. We got to know a little bit about Lady Doji and sorry, not Lady Doji, Doji Chioe, and her surprising interests in things outside of the norm of crane life.
That's
Super
very
religious.
true, yes.
Yes.
Very correct.
Which there are some in the crane that are very religious. They're just, not the main people who speak for the clan.
Yeah. Let's see. Did anything miss? Oh, she asked us to see what's going on with the Mantis clan.
That's correct. These are all the important things. You're hitting them now. You're getting them.
Yeah, that's because I take notes. That's important.
It's very important. I like.
Um,
Oh, there's Matt.
Oh, a wild dragon has appeared.
Pokeball, go.
It's a Dratini.
Wow, I sound really loud right now. Give me a sec. This is bothering me.
Well, continue on, Josh, with the recap.
We have successfully chatted, and then from there, before all that, we ended up meeting with people individually, which I only took notes for myself, so you guys would have to speak up for yourselves on who you've met and or discussed stuff with. My character met up with a Unicorn Clan member and friend of mine, Chagatai. We did not write down his first name, so I will write that down
Moto.
next time. Was it Moto?
Oto.
Moto.
Eh.
Chagatai.
Hello, Moto.
Yes.
Oto Chagatai.
Moto Chagatai.
Writing that down now.
Look,
So,
Moto is giving you the look.
We can't hear you at all, Matt. You have to bring your microphone in front of you.
I can hear the crunching on my half, though.
Okay. It looks like Moto is giving you the look.
Oh, please not.
Madagascar 2 reference, if you're wondering.
So,
Yeah, what's...
I've had some criticism of my games on this channel about how they're kind of adventure and combat focused and not social focused. But a lot of the adventures have been, especially Mask of the Oni, has been super combat focused. It's baked into the adventure. I thought we had a good social game during Castle of the Emerald Champion.
Oh yeah, Castle of the Emerald Champion, and oddly enough, the other one too. The
Dark Tides?
yeah, Slow
I
Tide
thought
Harbor.
Dark Tides was a good balance between combat and social stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot more intrigue than specifically social or
So
combat.
Here's the thing. We started out this this 100% social game. There are some combat opportunities in here, but they can be avoided if you want to. Yeah. So somebody said, and I'm not going to say who, that it was triggering some social anxiety. Several of the players here talked about social anxiety when playing this game. And I was wondering if anybody wanted to talk about it. I figured this is one of the reasons I try and push things more combat and adventure focus than social focus in the game, is because I know my players. But this game, the socialness is, again, baked in. There's no getting around it. But I was wondering if anyone would like to speak to the social anxiety. You don't have to if you don't want to. I can talk about it myself if you like. Nope. It triggers anxiety to
As
talk
far
about
as I can
anxiety. What'd you say, Josh?
Well, personally, because I built my character honestly to be very similar to that of me. Me being very socially awkward and not really good with confrontation, even socially in real life. It almost like sometimes makes me flashback to bad situations that I've been in. So it's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's a game, so it's make believe. There's no actual stakes involved. I understand that, but it inadvertently just kind of like how when people, like even when playing Dungeons and Dragons, take things personally because it happened to their character, but they made their character based off of a portion of their personality. You can't help but just dive back into the meta of it being a part of you. So like for example with that social situation where there's a lot on there's a lot put on the line and within the game, it tends, because you're there's a role play game, so obviously you have to react to it as if you're the character themselves. And because I modeled the character so much to myself, I tend to react exactly how I would in real life towards those type of things. So that's why I'm fully game into jumping into the intrigue, but at the same time I legitimately get anxious and nervous because putting my mindset through the character to the point to where it's just like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to be able to do this, and all that kind of just makes it too real sometimes. So, but that's just from my aspect.
By the way,
That's
Josh has
up.
a YouTube channel called Socially Awkward. Maybe you should go check that out.
I have a few videos based on social awkwardness where I talk about social awkwardness. It's not called, the channel's not called Socially Awkward, it's just The Art of Joshua Otero, and that's just one of the aspects that I cover is social awkwardness.
Well, there you
Dealing
go.
with being an artist and being socially awkward and how to sell yourself as an artist.
So, role-playing games, this is... It's traditionally the refuge of, nerdy people who... They're the traditional kind of nerds. They're not like, oh, I'm a sports nerd because I love sports. So, no, it's the, pushed into lockers, putting tacks on your chair because they're nerds. They're socially awkward. They really can't talk to people. And they're easy targets to make fun of or pick on because of that social awkwardness. And role-playing games are great. Like, I was one of those nerds, seriously. And Dungeons & Dragons was great because it was a refuge from that. It was a place where I could kind of spread out and what am I trying to say? It was a place where I could experiment socially.
A personality that was not familiar.
It was less than that and more. I could experiment socially, and I could cloak myself in the guise of somebody else to do those kind of experiments, to see what works and what doesn't socially, to build my social skills, and to become a leader, and to become better at teamwork. All of those things. Also, it was a great way for me to belong, to find a place where these people needed me. These people needed that wizard every week, and if they weren't there, that they might all die. They need that wizard or that cleric or that fighter to fill that role. I was a part of something that was a necessity, and it felt wonderful. It felt great to be a part of that. And it's one of the reasons I love role-playing games so much, and one of the reasons I started this channel, because I'd like to give back in some sort of way to the community that gave
Share
me
that
so
thing
much.
with others.
So, when playing Winter's Embrace, just realize who your players are and try and make allowances for this kind of thing. And if they're feeling stressed out or whatnot, well, take a little break, take a step back. They can kind of reset and try and see things from a different angle, and maybe you as a game master can find a way to make the scene better for them. More fun is what I mean, not less challenging.
Yeah, remember, because players can gain strife too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was an important conversation to have, especially in light of the game that we're playing. But with no further ado now, unless somebody else has anything they'd like to add to this conversation.
Are we streaming?
Yes.
Yeah, we're streaming.
You've been live for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Since before you got here.
I do apologize. Like, nature was not kind to me today.
You need to bring your mic down towards your mouth.
Just make love to
Nature
your
was not
mic.
being kind to me.
Yeah, I know. We told everybody.
You accidentally flushed yourself.
You were Stinky
I did
Diver.
not- For a short amount of time, I became Master Splinter. It was not fun.
That's okay.
Too much
You'll find your turtle.
responsibility.
Okay, I guess
true.
we can start the game.
Let's go.
So everybody, I'm going to pull out this map. I'm just going to put it on top of everybody. Is at this castle, Kyudoji. The beautiful, esteemed palaces of the Crane. And y'all are coming out of the tea house down here. And y'all can talk about your experiences there first. And then after that, you'll have one downtime activity before the next day starts.
Oh, so we didn't actually attend court today.
We just finished up with the first day, essentially, and then the following morning after we met up with the people
So-
that we met up with.
The floating...
Yeah, so this is our afternoon slot, basically.
No, this is
We have a
your
morning, afternoon,
evening
and
slot.
Evening slot.
This is your evening slot.
No. What I'm saying is, when we were at the tea house, that was our afternoon slot.
Yes.
So we didn't actually attend court today. What I was asking.
No.
Right.
But there's not a court every day.
Okay, that's what I was wondering is whether or not there was a court today. We just missed
fact-
it, or
There's never a court anywhere to attend in this game, Winter's Embrace.
really
There's lots of days where you have 3 downtimes
Ooh.
to just do whatever we want.
to just
with?
do whatever you want. There's no I'm at court and listening to the things that are happening at court. Though you can go to like the courtroom where things are happening and talk to people during those downtime scenes.
So technically, the court events actually start tomorrow.
There are 2 court events tomorrow. The
We got the
Cliffside Archery,
archery?
yeah, in the afternoon, and the Snow Lantern Celebration in the evening.
I can't hear you, Crystal.
You can't hear me? There
No,
is a
Crystal.
Cliffside Archery demonstration during the afternoon, and the Snow Lantern Celebration during the evening.
All right.
Tomorrow.
You were saying something, Crystal?
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Technically,
Yes.
right after this evening bit, it's literally the next day. But then we have the early morning to take care of it. Then after that, archery event.
Do any of you actually want to take part in what Ryoku, yeah, Ryoku, what Ryoku was requesting?
Let me see if this works. I'm going to show you a picture of Ryoku. I put pictures in for all the for most of the characters. And I think if I hit show to players, you'll be able to see it.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Okay.
Kakita
picture's a little
Ryoku.
tiny, but
Yeah, I've seen her card. Doesn't she have a card?
Yeah, I think that's from the card.
Uh-oh. People can see the notes visible only to the Game Master on the stream. Oh no!
I don't see any notes.
What?
Look, look.
I don't.
We see no notes.
I know you guys don't, but if you were watching the stream, they were there.
Give me 1 second.
Give me the timestamp. Give me the timestamp.
So I'll be more cognizant of that in the future.
Yeah. So, do any of you plan on indulging
Indulging.
In
her request, going and hunting down reasons why the mantis would arrive?
well, I'm curious myself.
Well, birds of a feather.
I would enjoy spending time with the mantis here, but know that I'm willing to become a patron servant of the brain to try to help them out of every situation they find themselves awkward. Host an imperial winter court, not have control of your own events or invitees list. But an embarrassing.
It is curious to note that they're not even aware of the factor of the reasoning why the Mantis clan got their own locale.
Perhaps somebody wanted to make amends to the mantis for any slights that happened during the Topaz Championship. Who knows?
I wouldn't know. I came in late into the game there.
Oh well. There was I look around. Let's take a walk through the gardens and maybe we can talk about it in contemplation.
That would
Of
be great.
course. We have our fans too, if you want to be subtle about it.
Oh yeah, of course I want to be subtle, but in the gardens it's less easy to have polite eavesdropping occur that way.
True.
I don't actually say that out loud, I just walk into the garden. I'm just saying that, oh, Sealy. Out of character, my character's wise enough to be like, no. People listen in all the goddamn time. We gotta go somewhere quiet.
All right, so I follow along because I wouldn't mind seeing our old friend from the
As
Mantis
we-
clan.
As we get into the gardens, I'll like wander off into an area where it feels like we're more remote than from anyone else. And then I'll very paranoidly look
Find a
around
little-
and verify that nobody's listening.
A little alcove to sit in.
Yeah. But I literally look around, check up and down behind bushes to verify there's nobody listening.
Yeah, you don't look suspicious at all, Ikoma-san. Kage-san.
I've learned not to trust that ears do not find words that whisper. Look, when we were going through the Topaz Championship, there was some questions as to the heritage, the biological heritage of one of the mantis who arrived late. There was some suspicion that he may be the offspring of one Kishida Toshimoko, cousin of the late Emerald Champion, Doji Satsume.
I see.
So there is not, let us just say that there is potentially some bad blood between the Mantis clan and the Crane clan. And given that the Crane happened to be a clan who puts on airs of hospitality and civility, one might assume that somebody made the mistake of trying to reach out in capitulation or contrition to the Mantis for any perceived slights that is it worth their ire to appease the Crane on their own question?
Well,
I guess that's my point is I am not so invested in defending the Crane at their own court. That is me personally, which is why I ask if you are all intent on.
well,
I'd rather
The-
not be a nail in your shoe.
no, I understand that. I just want to, keep calm waters amongst all the groups. If the Mantis clan is new to the clan families as a whole, I would like to get to know them better, especially if they're in some way connected to the imperial families.
Only in the ways that we all are. We all serve at the behest of the imperial family. They, unlike us, are the same. They are not Ronin. They simply are a minor clan. But I guess they are larger than most minor clans.
I wouldn't mind knowing how they built themselves up. I have a
Through
general
hard work and
curiosity
ingenuity,
about
that's
them.
for sure.
I have a general
And
curiosity
Yoritomo, I've
about
heard
them.
many rumors that Yoritomo is quite the brave hero. Brash and perhaps a bit arrogant, but he seems to have done his clan well. And he is here, indeed. If you wish to meet the hero in the flesh, you need
Sure.
but walk along the path.
Very true.
It would be
Either
nice
way,
to
I would love to see if our friend is here, and if not, I would like to meet this hero.
I actually, honestly, would love to meet all the unknown clans or the minor clans, because you have who knows what influences they have for the future.
I've heard good things of the boar and the ox. The falcon, the crab seemed to be quite smitten with the falcon,
That's interesting.
and the crane always run to the fox.
Curious.
Minor clans and the ancestries of the clans. Many of them are offshoots of different family members of the clan. Sometimes an individual is honored in a way by raising them to a level of a daimyo and giving them their own family name. Take onward.
Which I find very fascinating.
I'm a
It-
student of history. As such, I must know these.
You know,
I just-
am curious whether or not the dragon houses the Dragonfly clan or the.
No one can hear you, Matt.
Do I have the opposite end? Like, I see the light here.
Oh, stop!
Okay.
Stop tapping it. Don't do
Sorry,
that.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so in character, I just contemplate about, I wonder if the Dragon Clan houses the Dragonfly Clan or the Minor Clan building houses the Dragonfly Clan.
Minor clan building houses the Tanbo for sure.
So, turn your microphone around. See if
Yeah,
it's
I
better.
was gonna say try
Do it right
turning
now.
it around.
yeah, because certain mics actually only work in one direction.
I thought this was the direction I was supposed to have it in. I hope I
That
don't have
sounds
it turned
better.
around.
Much better.
It's the same direction I had.
Yeah, it's the
and
same
it's
direction. He's
probably
just
not picking
he's
me
just
up.
speaking into it now instead of looking at the camera and talking.
Yeah, that's why I have my mic like literally right here, because I just have to talk directly into it and it picks it up.
Mine's
All
right.
right. So, did I have myself at a distance from my microphone last time we streamed?
You were talking like this away from your microphone. when you talk
Oh.
like this into your microphone, we can
Okay.
hear you
It's like
better.
talking to a lover. You gotta look directly into its eyes and just speak.
So it helps
Talk
if
to it, not next to it.
if your microphone
those
is at the
toasted
same
pizza
angle as your
rolls.
camera. So when you look at your camera, you're also you're talking into the microphone. Because if my microphone is over here and my camera's over here, that's not going to help me at all. You can't hear me that much. But now you can.
Now that we know how microphones work.
Yes.
This has
Sound
been your
design.
lesson for today, YouTube.
I thought my microphone was a little better at picking things up from a distance, but goes
The
to show
gains-
how far my knowledge is.
Sometimes the gain is too low, and you got to pick up the gain.
Yeah, that's probably what I did.
You gotta gain some gain.
So
Right.
we lost our YouTube connection again. But don't worry, I have
Recording.
That's
Yeah, I
been our
have it
lesson for the
recorded.
day.
Actually,
Are
I
we
don't
still-
have it recording. I just hit the record button as soon as I lost the stream, and I'm just gonna splice the two together. So if y'all are watching this and there's like a little skip, that's what it is. But
was the
the
blip.
Twitch stream is going on live, just fine. But no one watches us on stream on Twitch. But it exists. Anyways, back to your awesome roleplay that you were doing. I'm sorry, it was all interrupted by a bad
no
microphone.
worries. I feel I'm somewhat at fault.
Technical difficulties.
In any case, it would be good to see Hitoshi again.
Yes, indeed. I would be much obliged to see Hitoshi again.
Mm-hmm.
I simply do not. I cannot be brought to care all that much about uncovering the reasons why the mantis are here. I'd rather just appreciate the fact that they are.
I'm personally fine with seeing him again.
I'm also quite interested in participating in this play that they're.
Oh.
Well,
Get an
I'll
act.
be sure to provide my attendance.
I have never been quite the actor, but be interesting to try.
Try your acting chops there.
I mean, I used to, as part of my training, of course, I've participated in plays in the past. However, not on such a scale as before the Emperor, about the Empress, the first Empress, in Doji lands. Could you imagine an Ikoma poet, hero?
It's a
Taking-
once in a lifetime chance there.
Taking the opportunity may be something I cannot pass up.
It is something
And
I would
much
like to
rather
see.
spend my time doing that than browbeating the mantis.
Perhaps you can show the crane that there is, or there are some worthy opponents in theatrics.
Well, if the
With
Coma
the
have
wire.
anything to say about it, we certainly will show them.
All right. I'm looking forward to seeing your performance.
Well, there are many things to participate in during this court. I'm sure that I will try my hand at quite a few. Otherwise, I would be too bored.
Well, apparently, there's a lot going on next week.
That is the
Especially by
one
the
good thing you
itinerary.
can look forward to. If not for that, I would probably find a patch of snow to sit on and contemplate becoming a monk like Togashi-san.
That would be
Stuck in
very
the crane,
interesting.
Well,
stuck in the
if-
crane coastal hills in winter. Ugh,
Well, if
you could think
need
of
the
1,000 places I'd rather be.
Well, if you need the company, I'd be happy to sit right by. And
Well, hopefully we will not be brought to that point. I can spend some of my free time here practicing for the play. Try talking to the casting director, see if I can have my hand played.
I'm somewhat interested in the Sumai and test my physical prowess, or lack thereof.
Ooh, that
Oh,
gives me more of a reason to
Come
go.
on. Lack thereof.
You undersell yourself there,
Yes.
Tagashi-san.
Ah, well,
Had I not lost my eye, I might have participated in the archery competition.
Well, I think I will participate in that.
Oh, that will be quite. Because I have a friend of mine who's actually also participating in the Sumai competition.
Oh,
Oh,
who might that be?
It's a unicorn friend of mine.
Ikoma himself was a pit fighter, and so all Ikoma are expected to learn how to fight with their hands, but I was never quite adept, at least nowhere near as adept as Togashi-san, at handling myself without a sword. Put a sword in my hand and I will cut down a few men on the battlefield, but wrestling in the yard with nothing but my own might, that might be something more for monks. I might just embarrass myself.
If it wasn't for my frail body, I probably would have taken on the same training.
It is good training. Keep physically fit at the very least.
I would like to participate in the archery contest, but I have no knowledge of using ranged weapons myself, so I'd rather not make a fool of myself.
Hey, Matt, try the other side of your microphone.
Here?
Yeah. Talk?
All right, check.
What are you doing?
Did you spin it, or what?
I can't spin it without taking out my earbuds. I would have to hold on. Let me change my
that's
audio output.
so you can listening to it.
Right.
Yeah, so give me a sec. Let me change my audio output.
Yeah, mine's connected directly to my computer, and this thing is connected via USB elsewhere.
Because you
So-
are definitely lower than everybody else, even when speaking into the microphone directly.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm concerned about. So, can you hear my speakers at least in the background?
No.
I
No.
can't hear your speakers.
Okay, that's good. Because maybe I might just leave you guys in my speakers instead, while I finagle around with this darn thing.
Your earbuds plug into your microphone?
All right, can you hear me on this side?
Go backwards with your mouth. Go back to it. No. Turn it around. But move your head away from the microphone. And now
To
talk normally.
like a distance that you
Alright.
would want to use.
Does this work? I'm slowly spinning it around until it gets my voice. Is it working?
Okay, yeah, you had it on the right side then.
Okay, right here?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Alright, so let me go ahead and...
But you need to
Can
increase
you
the gain.
adjust your mic volume
Yeah.
in your control panel?
Or on the microphone if that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have two knobs for it. Let me... Alright. Does this work? Or is it working?
Keep going.
Alright.
Keep-
I'm moving it up. This is only one of the knobs, though, and I have it at the maximum.
There
It
you go.
doesn't seem to. Try the other one.
Try the other one, yeah.
Alright, is this working?
Talk. Count for
Yes,
us.
I'm talking. Is it working?
Keep
I
talking.
don't
We
notice
can't-
any
Alright,
changes.
I
Changes.
have it
in
at
this.
the maximum. Like, it's all the way up.
So you're giving me good levels right now, but I think that's because you're actually putting your face right in the microphone. So I don't know.
Alright, so is this working? Like, is this, like, a good distance?
Now you're
If
at.
you keep speaking that loudly, it works.
Okay. So it's probably me being a little too quiet, but I have both knobs at the maximum.
I don't know. It sounds the exact same to me, but
Okay, so hold on. Let me change
I don't know.
the other direction. Oh, did this work? Did that work?
it's the same. But it's fine. It's fine. Just keep talking like that, and we'll be okay.
All right. Let me change. The
This
other
is something
knob
we're supposed to
one-
do before the show. But
Shogunai.
you were pooping.
Shogunai.
Hey, like I ate something that my body did not agree with. It's like, okay, you're gonna die today. It's like, please no.
TMI, dude. TMI.
Now this is a
Hey,
show about pooping.
you're the ones who said pooping, so I'm like, well, all right, cat's out of the bag now.
Fuck it,
Oh,
we'll
well.
do it live.
All right.
You would have to pay me billions of dollars to embarrass myself like that. It's like,
Too
okay,
late.
I have no dignity.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry about that. What was the last thing you said there, Matt?
Now I don't remember.
You said so. The whole thing started because you had said something and we couldn't hear you.
Okay, so I know that as Tatsuo, I was not going to join the archery contest because I have absolutely no idea what to do with ranged weapons.
That's right.
I remember that part.
It's a demonstration, though. It's not a competition.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
you're being shown how to. Demonstration of how things are done.
Oh, okay. Then I might as well join then if that's the case.
I
And
think it's
then
Oh yeah,
Many
it does say
influenceable-
demonstration for archery. It's only the Sumai that's a competition.
yeah,
All right.
It's-
and the
it's
Go
like
competition.
archery
Let's not forget the Go
demonstration.
competition.
oh yes, the Go.
I believe I'd be trounced in that, but if I can have a small demonstration, maybe I could learn a
That-
thing or two.
That Bayushi that we met at Slow Tide Harbor, he was excellent at Go.
Oh.
He was what?
Excellent at Go.
Oh,
He was incredible.
No way, wasn't that a friend of yours too? Like, haven't you spoken with that Bayushi that I've heard about? Both you and Kage seem to mention him and are pretty fond of
He
speaking.
had the mask with the cat. The cat.
Yeah, that was the cat mask person. Yes.
I did like that mask. He seemed an interesting fellow.
Quite.
He was.
It's a shame I couldn't really speak with him for an extended period of time, but he seemed like a nice.
You guys loved him so much, you forgot his name.
I actually have his
Cat-san.
Bayushi Naizu.
That's right.
Naizu. Yes, Bayushi Naizu. I was about to say Nizu, but I was like, no, that doesn't sound right. Bayushi
Wada.
Naizu with a cat mask.
I just call him Cat-san.
Azif, we murdered
Echo-san.
Azif the Smooth, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Murdered
I mean,
him.
unless that.
And no one will ever be
decided to-
asking about Kita Amano ever again. I mean, what? That,
What was that? What was that?
Nothing,
there,
nothing.
Ikoma Kage?
nothing at all.
Yeah, I'm
Didn't do
curious
it.
on whatever happened to that person.
Yeah, I
No, he's a great guy. He must be there still, just hanging out and doing opium, like he did.
I have to visit him.
I didn't
someday.
even realize that you had done anything to him.
Oh, really? I thought my turkey was cooked when I accidentally DM'd something to Corey that was posted directly into chat. Matt said something about it. I was like, "Oh shit!" Spam the chat. I'd be chat.
And that's why I don't trust whispering.
I was like, "Oh, now they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure out what I did."
Game over, man.
I thought
Game
I was
over.
being so clever.
So as we're walking around in the Blossom's path, no, sorry, the Garden of the Crane. Now we're speaking about.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I still don't think I got a straight answer out of everybody, but it doesn't really matter if I don't.
I
About
am willing
what?
to go see the mantis to see our friend Hitoshi, and I do not know if he changed his name during the Genpuku ceremony.
That
He might be
totally
going
wasn't-
by a new name.
Totally wasn't what I asked, but okay.
Okay, you head out of the gardens and to the Great House of the Mantis. Is that where you're headed?
Sure.
The guest house?
Sure. Although I'll be like a unknown face to the rest of the group.
Don't worry, we'll introduce you to him.
Okay, y'all can move yourselves around the map there.
I did not want to. Okay. Oh,
You did not want to?
we're going. Doesn't matter.
Okay, there are some Mantis house guards out front. They're wearing light jackets and poofy pants. You're wondering if they're feeling kind of cold. They got big wraps around their heads, and as you approach, they stop you and say, "Yo ho!"
Pirate's Life for me?
Or, if nobody else says anything, I'm gonna go. Ho!
Hello.
We're here to to call upon the House of the Mantis.
The House of the Mantis is preparing for the future of this court at this moment.
Well, we are, I am Ikomokage, Ida Nozomi, Higashi Tatsuo, as well as our associate, Shiba Inoue. Three of us have come to be friends with a young man by the name of Hitoshi. We're wondering if he found his way here.
If you are looking for Hitoshi, perhaps you can send him a letter and he will come meet you.
There.
All right. How may we submit the letter?
You write the letter and you give it to your servants and they shall deliver it to us.
Okay, we'll do so.
I pull out the fan. We have servants.
Yeah, you do. You guys have lots of servants at your guest houses.
That's
You know,
news to me.
the people that take care of the buildings and all the little things you need.
Oh.
I don't really rely on those people. I usually just take care of things myself.
I just poop in the bedpan there, and it magically disappears
Yes,
after a while. You don't
that's
have
what
to
I've
think
known
about
all
it.
my
There was
life.
backup later.
After hearing a little bit about coughing and gagging, like, well then,
Must have been the wind.
Possibly.
Well, if that is the case, I think I'm going to go to.
Well, let us go write a letter.
I'm actually going to go a little bit further up ahead and check out the minor clan's guest house.
Okay. Okay.
If anyone wants to join me.
sure. I'm curious about the minor clans as well, if they are going to be welcoming of us, because it seemed like the Mantis clan, well, it was of any indication.
Well, you can't judge a clan based on one clan. There's multiple treatment based per clan.
All right, so I wouldn't mind visiting the minor clan building if they are welcoming.
Okay. You go to the minor clan building, and there's some guards out front. They bow as you approach. Samurai Sama, what brings you to the guest house for the minor clans? You notice that the two people are wearing mismatched kimono. Their mons have strange animals on them. Well, not strange, but you don't really see these all the time.
Uncommon designs.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Shiba Inoue of the Phoenix Clan, and I would just like to get to know some of the minor clans better, if that's all right. I apologize for coming unannounced.
OOC real quick.
Yes.
I just want to point out, this is like somebody from the upper class, like a millionaire, going to like a middle class suburb and being like, I just wanted to see how, what you guys are like.
Okay.
It is kind of weird. I'm just pointing that out, but it's nice.
Well,
I, like,
my character's a very weird individual as it is.
I dig it.
And my character doesn't really care about
Okay.
clan
Given
affiliate.
that context, how would it look seeing a Phoenix Clan member with a Dragon Clan member side by side meeting together?
Here is some interesting context. The Dragon Clan is pretty close with a couple of minor clans, but most major clans don't really pay much attention to minor clans. There might be one or two.
Okay.
The Phoenix have a bad history with minor clans.
They killed them.
They killed one off completely, murdered them.
Okay.
They have started little wars with others, and generally think themselves too like erudite to deal with minor clans. Phoenix are the realm of the
I'm considered an
highly
anomaly. I'm considered an anomaly.
But that's fine. That's your character. Your character could be intrigued or fascinated by the fact that I don't really deal with minor clans ever. Some of the other clans, like Lion are much more likely to deal with minor clans because minor clan, much like Ronin, are willing to do things for monetary assistance. You know what I mean? And the Lion are like, well, we can use these as strategic allies. The Crab are also pretty close with them, pretty comfortable dealing with, you know, those kind of individuals of minor clans. The Crane probably are the least likely to deal with most minor clans, except for specific minor clan. And then they're very close. Like the Sparrow clan, the Fox clan, they're very close to those clans because they made those clans.
So I'm assuming that I'm going to be met with kind of a harsh eye, just because of
they might have some like prejudice or just like some confusion at like, whoa, what are you guys?
What the hell is this rich boy doing?
Why are you slumming down here? You know what I mean?
So one of
you
the
guys
guards
usually stay in your fancy spots.
says, he says, "Well, Samurai Sama, please follow me." And he opens the door to this large courtyard with basically there's a rounded tower and then two longhouses kind of attached to it.
Okay.
This doesn't look as elegant or as nice as the other like guest houses here. It looks kind of plain, but it's of solid construction. I mean, it's still Crane, you know. It's just a bit more plain than the others.
Ah, okay.
Not a lot of bells and whistles. I'm okay with that.
That should add to the context.
Yeah. Which honestly I found, you know, I would find
Actually,
that.
let me draw this not for just you guys, but for the audience as well. Look at how fancy the Lion Embassy is.
Yeah.
The Crane and the Lion have been at war basically since the dawn of time. And the Lion Embassy is super fancy. The Minor Clan Embassy is just plain.
Yeah.
That should tell you a lot about what the Crane think of the Minor Clan.
I like that the crab one kind of reminds me of a crab.
Yeah, that's also nice. Like that's the point though. Look at how all the other clans, they have intention and artwork and meaning.
The Phoenix Clan one is
to the design
pretty.
of their embassies, except for the minor clans.
So as you walk into this courtyard, he walks up to one of the benches, and a woman in a very pretty kimono will walk forward with very small steps, and she will produce a small broom, and she dusts the snow from the bench and beckons you to sit. The guard will walk up to the woman and whisper something in her ear. She bows, and she heads off. The guard will stand next to the bench.
All right, and well, since this is my internal monologue going. Since we were beckoned to sit, I'll go ahead and politely take a seat by the bench.
Okay. By the bench?
Or like
so you
on
can
the
sit
bench.
on the floor.
By the yes, like
he's
by
super
the guard.
weird.
The bench was dusted off, and
he
they told you to
sits on the
sit, and
snow
you're like,
pile
and
in
you're
front
like,
of it.
Oh, okay. And then you come and sit in the dirt in front of the bench.
The snow that she just
Super
brushed off.
Tagashi thing to do, though. I will say that.
The guard says, it will be just a moment.
All right, thank you for your patience.
Please relax here. Soon enough, a man, he looks like he has like a scraggly, like Fu Manchu and wild hair, walk up. He's got a really thick, like, overshirt on, but he's got nothing on underneath it.
Okay.
And he walks over. He bows.
We bow
Bow in
back.
return.
You are Shiba Noe and Togashi Tatsuo.
That's correct.
That's correct.
I am Toritaki Taguchi.
All right. It's a pleasure.
Welcome to our house here at Kyuden Doji. Please come inside. I'm having tea prepared. I hope you haven't been too cold out here.
Oh no, I'm quite used to this. Thank you.
And he'll lead you into one of the longer houses. It's pretty warm in there. There's a big fire in the center, and there's a tea kettle on top of it. He'll sit down on a pillow, and there are a couple other pillows. He says, have you eaten this evening?
No, I haven't, but I believe we're going to be eating with our friends later on this evening.
Of course.
But I appreciate the thought.
I definitely appreciate the offer, but if you have any tea, I'd be more than happy to have a little bit.
Speak up!
I appreciate the offer, but if you have any tea, I'd be more than happy to have some.
Of course. He will start pouring some tea for all of you. And he says, I'm quite surprised to see you here. Not a lot of people come visit the minor clans.
Which I find a shame, because I'm very intrigued by the many different clans that we have in all of Rokugan.
I find it a boon that you're here, since you've been to Daylight Castle.
Oh. So, what is the interest that you have in our ventures over there?
What kind of spirits... I will get right to the point. What kind of spirits did you encounter there at Daylight Castle?
We've seen many atrocities, many monstrosities, and a handful of crab spirits.
So there are still untainted crab spirits at Daylight Castle?
From what I can recall, some are being held safely in a dream world. I'm just curious, what brings your interest towards Daylight Castle? So,
We of the Toritaka family, we're ghost hunters. We deal with the
see.
spirit realm quite often, and any information that others have about the spirit realm and spirits that dwell, especially within the Shadowlands, are of great interest to us.
I see.
It would help enlarge our body of knowledge so we can better perform our duty.
We nearly perished due to an Oni.
And I believe that one of the darn it, out of context, I keep forgetting the name of the mages in Rokugan or L5 bar.
Shugenja?
Shugenja, like one of the Shugenja, safely arbored many of the Crab Clan family's
you'll not-
souls in the dream world.
You'll not remember her name?
No, unfortunately, I don't remember.
Then they don't remember her name. Don't tell them.
I have notes for it, but I just can't seem to find it at the current situation.
He says, interesting. There was it a crab Shugenja?
It was, I believe,
I have not heard of any record of a Shugenja ever trapping crab spirits within the dream realm. And if you have her name, it would be an amazing find.
Josh, you were in the room with me. Oh my!
I know. I have the notes. That's what
You
I'm
know
looking.
that I have the goddamn scroll, though. Like, you just be like,
The
You know
player
what?
characters don't remember.
Was it? No, it's not Haruma Masami. See, I need to keep these notes in order. Let's see. As we continue on, I'll be sure to let you know. Forgive me, my my time there has slowed my recollection at the moment, but I will let you know the moment I can recall it.
That's a shame that you don't know.
I do know. It's just there's a lot going on at the moment,
Oh,
so I apologize.
well, there's a lot of pressures here at Winter Court. Pray tell,
Yes.
what are you involved in currently?
I'm sorry.
What are
am
you
I
involved in currently at Winter Court?
Currently, out of character, I have no idea what I mean by involved in. Is it involving the goals we have?
Yeah,
Mike, or
well,
the-
you could talk about your clan goals. You could talk about what the Crane wants you to do. You could talk about personal things, anything you'd like. He's asking you what
What
you've
you
been
up
what you
to?
up to.
Oh, okay. I'm actually wanting to, since this is my first Winter Court, understand the eccentricities, how do you say that? Blah, blah, blah. Eccentricities of Winter Court in general. There's a lot of things happening, and I currently I'm also trying to ingratiate myself among many clans, since I've already been venturing with a few from the Crab, the Lion, and alongside Togashi Tatsuo here together, and I found it enlightening, and that's the whole reason why I actually visit here today, so I can get to know all the clans and all of Rokugan.
If you're looking to know more about the Toritaka family and the Falcon clan, perhaps there can be a deal that can be made. Your master is the Master of Fire, correct?
That is true. Yes.
And you are of the Shiba family?
Correct.
And Shiba are known for being some of the best Yojimbo in Rokugan.
That
Though-
is true.
Though you are not, you are a Shugenja.
Yes, I had a rare gift, and with some help, I've been able to be admitted into the Sawa school.
Well, the Toritaka family are looking for good Yojimbo that can help us with protecting our witch hunters, our spirit hunters, while they are in the line of service.
I see.
This can take many forms, of course. I'm sure the Shiba family is very, very busy with protecting the Isawa and other families within the Phoenix clan. But I have a son who doesn't have the same predilection for spirit hunting that I do. So, if there is anything the Phoenix desire that the Toritaka can provide, perhaps we could have a discussion about that.
Yes. Now, your son, what is he actually interested in if he's not interested in spirit hunting?
Well, he is very
Ladies.
physically adept.
He's what?
He's very physically adept.
Okay.
So I think he would be very... I think he would make a great Yojimbo. If only we would have the correct sensei here within the Falcon Clan to teach him such a thing. And being self-taught, while it's possible, it's not the same without a good teacher.
I understand.
I believe my clan may have an option for him if he's learning to become a Yojimbo.
I did not know that there is a dedicated Yojimbo school among the dragon.
I believe it is the Miramoto clan.
Miramoto clan are duelists, I was told.
Well, among the Kitsuki, they help guard the Kitsuki whenever they are out and about or at court.
I heard this. But when the Kitsuki are at court and they tend to throw around their accusations as investigators, people get angry. And the Miramoto step in to give satisfaction. And
AKA bully.
And in that way, they're Yojimbo. But we're looking for more... a Yojimbo that can help in... not in a court setting all the time. Perhaps more of in the field.
Well, I have seen Miramoto out and about, in the field or off doing their own missions
Well,
outside of the court. So
is this a serious offer from the Dragon Clan?
well, we are looking to do an exchange. So
I see. Perhaps we could set up some sort of official meeting to facilitate this exchange. Is there anything... is there a starting point that the Dragon Clan are looking for?
well, so we have been having issues cultivating our rice this year, and we do need a little bit of financial support.
Can't hear you at all.
Oh, sorry. We have been having some issues cultivating our fields this winter, and, well, mostly this year. And we need a little bit of financial support. And in exchange, we can accept students to the Miramoto and Kitsuki schools, and we can spare a few Miramoto-trained Yojimbo and monks of the Tagashi Tattooed Order in order to serve court for the year. So if you have need of any of our services, we can help.
Very well. What is the ballpark of this? I'm sorry, ballpark. What about how much financial support are the Dragon looking for?
Well, at minimum, it would be around 10,000 to help feed the samurai, or 30,000 koku to help feed the peasants as well.
We will think about this offer, and we will send a letter to the Dragon House
And I
for a
will
follow-up.
also be sure, and I will also be sure to inform anyone that I have spoken with you about this offer within my clan.
So-
And
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, Andrew,
yes, I can also speak with my clan to see any availability towards training on an individual level for Yojimbo training. I can't be certain. I have to speak with my clan, of course. But Yes, right now we're also kind of dealing with some issues in terms of the some elemental imbalances with the kami at the moment. So if there's any way you can also help with that, that would also be of a good trade, because it's currently affecting parts of Rokugan. So
Elemental Kami.
yes.
I will ask around about that and send you word if we have found something that can help you.
Thank you. I don't want it to be, spread too far along, since this is, more of a Phoenix-based issue. But I'm entrusting this information with you, so we can try to calmly and quietly take care of it, if that's okay. I don't want to, cause, a giant panic within all of Rokugan, if you understand my situation.
Of course, of course. So, all of this information could have been done in one of those complex intrigue scenes where people are, like, probing each other for the right information or whatnot. Like we did in the tea house.
Mm-hmm.
But that slowed down everything. And I think it stifled roleplay. I don't think I like the intrigue rules that much.
Yeah, at least with this, it was like, kind of cut and dry, straight to the point, and at least it kind of gave us an insight on, like, what was going on with the minor clans a little bit, just randomly visiting them. And
I
thought,
feel like every time it's an intrigue scene, y'all are more concerned with the die rolls and making sure those are correct and what those die rolls mean, rather than actually role-playing.
Yeah, it pulls you out
Yeah.
of the game and making it more about, okay, let's make sure that this works properly for game mechanic, instead of just letting it flow naturally.
Exactly. So,
So, like, out of character, hopefully
I've been muted this whole time. I was about to say a bunch of stuff about this whole thing.
what
I
do
agree
you want to
about-
say? What do you
about
want to say,
the
Tarek?
intrigue. I agree about the intrigue thing. I think the only way that it really works out is that when you're in such a regimented, like, combat style, initiative tracked, action economy following situation, it pulls you directly out of the scene, and now you're not so much involved in the scene as you are analyzing the scene. And I feel like if you're gonna have these intrigue scenarios, you need to be role play driven and, like, supplemented with mechanics if needed. Like, if I'm role playing and I'm trying to get information out of somebody who does not want to give me any information at all, like if Kage is trying to grill a Crane about the weaknesses in their defenses in the northern border, right, then maybe I role play with Corey as the Crane NPC, and I'm like, tell me all these information or I'm gonna cut your fingers off one at a time.
Roll
And-
intimidate.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I don't really believe that you have the gumption to cut my fingers off, so I'm just gonna spit in your face, and then I'd have to make a roll to, like, try to convince them. You know what I mean?
But then you got to build momentum points
Exactly.
to get your momentum, and they can, like, probe you and turn the tables on you if it's, like, adversarial and stuff like that. But they want intrigue scenes for normal stuff like we just did.
Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah,
It-
that just caused unnecessary trauma for me.
It's so weird.
And and also I do apologize if, like, I had interrupted you, Josh, with your role, because I just thought, this actually might work out in my family's favor too, and I wouldn't mind working with the Phoenix Clan on
No.
as well.
That's essentially the whole point of this winter court is we all have our goals, and it's just like, this is advantageous, I'm just gonna speak up. But you right now, you just seem to be like on a roll because you did a lot more research than I did, so I'm kind of like
Well, I mean, like, it was something that my clan is interested in, and I'm like, well, I basically spilled it all on the table. Hope it doesn't bite me in the ass.
Yeah, I totally thought y'all were gonna start getting forced into a bidding war, and like then you got manipulated by the Toritaka to like show up and be like, all right, who has the highest bidder for my son, who's gonna be a Yojimbo in one of your families now? And I was like, wow, you turned the tables on both of you.
I mean,
But
like,
no, it worked out actually very well because I didn't know about all the stuff that y'all's clans wanted y'all to do at first. I was like, oh man, y'all just got suckered. And then I was like, oh wait, no, now they're trying to like compete against each other to try to actually solve their own clan stuff.
I'm willing to work with Inoue's problems. So like,
I mean,
heck, it
well, I
doesn't-
can talk with Phoenix to try to help out your family.
I mean,
Especially
heck, I'm pretty sure the Agasha, like, even though there's nothing written about them, like the Agasha could help out with your issues.
Gotcha.
They are the Shigunja of the Dragon Clan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So,
Well, maybe we can help one each other out. Yeah.
I would like to ask if there's anything else you want to talk to this gentleman about before I move over to Crystal and Tarek and what they're doing this evening.
So my next plan after, like, parting ways with him is to go and inform any of my superiors over at the Dragon
We'll get
Clan.
to that. I'm
I
saying,
actually
is there
would
anything you want to do with
like to
this
ask,
guy?
This guy, is there any other clans that are here currently that I've not have yet met?
That might be interested in also taking up any of our offers.
Oh, I'm not even talking about offers. I'm talking about like getting to know. So because that was my original purpose, is to, hi, I'm a Phoenix member. How do you do? Get to know you, possibly mend any mistakes that the Phoenix have made, because I'm myself not really being all that familiar with the travesties or the lore that's happened, because I mainly focused on, hey, elementals, that's cool, let's just only focus on that.
He says that there is a small group of Fox Clan members here, but they are reclusive and are only speaking to certain people. And unless you have an invitation to speak with them, they probably won't talk to you.
Okay.
Certain cranes.
And there are also members of the Badger family here. And they'll talk to you if you want. They're quite nice. But they're a little rough. Like a unicorn is.
Oh yeah, I would love to meet them.
And lastly, there is a single member of the Tortoise family here. Of the Tortoise clan here.
Okay.
So you can go and talk to that person.
Tortoises.
But they're... I think that they're here to do some commerce business. And I'm not sure if that would sit well with a high-ranking member of the Phoenix clan like yourself.
I see. Commerce. Okay.
But I can introduce you if you wish.
Simple introductions is, I mean, I understand if the Ox Clan would rather not meet, that's fine. I don't want to put anyone out or make anyone feel uncomfortable. I simply want to get to know the other clans better.
Very well. They're on their way.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You'll
much
sit and
for
chit
your
chat
time,
for a little bit, and then a servant comes in as you're chit chatting and puts down 2 more pillows. And then coming in out of the snow is a large man with like a leather bandolier, and he's like rippling with big, not like a bodybuilder, but like more like
A strong man.
Yeah, more like the mountain from Game of Thrones. He's kind of round, you
Does he
know?
want chicken?
But he's definitely got muscle underneath that.
Okay.
And
More properly built human being.
he's shaved except for a top knot.
Okay.
And he'll sit down and join you. And who else did you want? The tortoise?
Yes, if they're wanting to join or not. I made it an option as opposed to a
A demand.
yeah.
If they're not too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, precisely.
Extended an invitation to meet instead of making a request.
I swear, I need to keep all my L5R notes together because it's like I've got way too many drawings here for my own good.
Oh, are you
sometimes.
doing paper notes?
Yeah, I usually do paper notes because on my computer, it gets lost within like mountains of digital files for digital artwork. So it's like
Oh,
paper
well,
notes. It's like, oh, okay,
I
it's right here.
completely
Okay.
forgot that instead of putting my notes in like the notes section where I had everything else, I put it under the campaign sheet like I think Tarek suggested. So I was like,
Yeah,
where are my notes from yesterday? Or last week?
So what I do is I put all my notes in the notes section, and then at the end of like a campaign or like a big story event, I'll take all those notes and put them onto the campaign notes, and then start fresh a new set, and do it again. I have little like mini section notes.
I have everything I typed down on my notepad. So
All right.
game notes.
I mainly took all those notes just so that I could justify to Corey doing the epic story, making like writing a play over the break. All of
You're
them.
gonna make a play about our adventures.
Yeah, I made a play about all of the stuff that we did since Argampuku.
Mm.
One of the things I did on my downtime. I promised the Scorpion in Crablands that I would do it and include his name in it.
All right.
Okay.
There is a woman.
I made good on my commitment.
There's a woman with hair that is very straight and long, but also partially pulled back into a tiny bun.
Okay.
She wears a daisho with green pants, green hakama, and a blue shirt. She has a small scar right down her nose, right here, across down her cheek from her nose. And has like really determined, really serious eyes.
Okay.
She says she is Kasuga Yumiko. And the other one is Ichiro Ryo.
Ichiro Ryo.
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell those names?
Ichiro? Like Ichi,
Ichiro? Oh.
like Ichiro?
Ichiro.
Like,
Ichiro. Ichiro.
yes.
Okay. Ichiro
Ryo.
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 That's correct.
Right?
And
Kasuga Yumiko.
Kisuga.
Kasuga. Kasuga Yumiko.
There you go. Kasuga Yumiko.
Alright. Like, I heard a completely different name. And I'm like, wait, what?
Kasuga Yumiko is the American way of saying it.
No. I think it was. I heard
Yumiko.
Kisume.
Ah.
Yeah, Kasuga and Ichiro, Ichiro.
I like them Keisumaga. They're nice people.
So I bowed to
Did
them
somebody
both.
say queso?
Did someone say queso? Give me some chips with that Yumiko girl.
Careful, there might be fan art of that.
Only if you're making it.
You never know.
I am not going to add to that conversation.
So I bowed to them both. Thank you for coming this evening. I apologize if I interrupted your night. I just simply wanted to meet you all.
He's like, oh, I don't mind sharing tea with a fellow samurai. The Kasuga says, you just wish to meet us? You don't want anything, do you?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Please forgive me. I understand that you're here for business, and I do not want to interrupt you in any form or way. I have met Tortoise Clan members on the sea. What was it called? The sea.
Can't help you, man.
I know the Sea Tide Harbor.
Slow Tide Harbor.
Slow Tide Harbor. That's the one.
Yes, I'm from Slow Tide Harbor.
Yes. I have worked with the Tortoise Clan beforehand, so I wanted to.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have. There was a series of events here that we helped out for a bit, dealing with ne'er-do-wells and issues while at the docks.
Funny. I don't remember you helping the Tortoise Clan in any way, shape, or form.
That's fine. The Emerald, me and my partner were Emerald Magistrates.
Yes,
We tried.
I do believe you were there helping the Emerald Magistrates as an Emerald Magistrate. Of
Sure.
course, you didn't say that at first. And that was, I thought, poor of a clan samurai.
Forgive me. I was just following. Since I'm new to being an Emerald Magistrate, I was taking care to not interrupt any business that the tortoise had.
Well,
That
I believe I do remember how that turned out. Something about a burning boat in our harbor?
yes, and also that person was also harboring people for illegal drugs on some of the members of the people in Slow Tide Harbor.
Right.
I believe there was a gaijin that was attempting to sell off fellow Rokugani off like in gaijin lands as slaves, and we helped put a stop to that.
Well, aren't you a hero? Congratulations.
If there's any way we can help here, or to clear up any errors that we have made in the past, please let me know.
I'm sure, Samurai-sama, that you have worked perfectly within the rules of the Emerald Magistrates and Samurai tradition. You have nothing to apologize for.
Okay.
I'm also trying to remember a certain phrase, to say appropriately. We're also here to see if we could extend relations, from our clan to yours.
Sure, you can say that.
Yeah, that's the.
You can give
that's the mindset I'm trying to say before.
You can give them the
Well-
universal greeting of Ba Weep Granop Weep Niniban, and then give them an Energon treat.
My mind did
Those
not
are my
register
favorite
that
treats.
last.
I didn't even feel. I didn't even get that either.
Energon treats. You don't
You-
like Energon treats?
It's because me and Tarek were. It's because I'm a little older than them, Tarek. They don't get it. This time I'm doing the weird references that nobody gets. Unlike, it's usually Matt, but today it's me. If
I got it. I was right there with
if you know what Ba Weep Grown Up Weep Nittybon is, give this video a like.
give us a like, anyways.
and
Could
we
you
will
extend an
reciprocate with an Energon treat.
I get Energon treat. Keep that in mind for looking up later on tonight.
I'm just gonna make a new tab and just like take a look on the side, and then once we're done role playing, I'll take a look at the search results.
Little pink pillow.
Why does that remind me of the voice of a halfling? Sorry.
So, the Ichiro will say, huh, really? The Dragon Clan wants something from the Badgers? Oh,
necessarily,
what kind
just-
of trouble
just to-
are the Dragon in that they come to the House of the Minor Clans for help?
I think you misunderstand. We're just here to introduce ourselves and ingratiate one another to get to better know all of the clans within Rokugan.
Rather than closing ourselves off and not allowing any sort of discourse between clans, because I prefer having open discussion.
Well, if you really want to know the might of the Ichiro family, come to the Sumai competition. We will be there.
Oh,
I will be
actually
there
plan-
too.
I actually plan on participating, so that'd be fun.
That is the best way to get to know us.
Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I will definitely be in attendance.
Yumiko says, if you aren't looking for anything, then I have things I need to do. Thank you. She'll take a
Of
sip
course.
of her tea,
Well,
bow,
Have yourself a
much,
nice snack.
Yukito-san.
and see herself out.
Of course.
Okay.
That was pleasant.
So, Ichiro-san, is there
You-
anything a little more that you could tell us about yourself?
I told you, if you want to know about me, in 1 week, the Sumai competition, and you will get to know me then.
Okay.
So that's basically it for y'all's scene.
Yeah. And scene.
Unless there's something very specific you want to ask them about, which I don't think you are. There are other characters we got to get to.
Now.
We'll probably just talk to one another on our walk back, and it's just like, well, they seemed.
You made me have
Interesting.
to go get more characters that I didn't want to bring into this. But now they're here.
Quick,
And now they're
let's do more, let's
characters
do more.
that I have to make up on the spot. So
Sorry,
Tarek
man. Our
and
curiosity got the best of us.
Tarek
That's
and
what
Crystal, what are y'all doing this evening?
Well, my first order of business is to compose a letter, or probably have Ikoma Kage compose a letter to Hitoshi saying, "Hey, we're here, we'd like to hang out."
Okay. You compose a letter, you go back to the guest house of the Crab Clan, and you write a letter to Hitoshi, and you send it out.
Okay, and that
Do you
probably didn't take very long.
do you seal it? Do you sign it? How do you prepare this letter? What is the letter preparations, and how do you make a letter? Seriously.
How do you make a letter?
Well, I'm asking, what kind of paper do you use? What kind of ink do you use? What kind of adornments do you use on the letter? Is there anything you're doing?
See, this is why
this is court.
This is why I think that Kage should be the one, like, in charge of the letter.
You're saying you want me to write the letter?
So, like, my so.
I
out
mean,
of the-
basically, we're still outside the Mantis clan house together, and we're
Roku
like,
just went like, oh, we're going this way.
we should write a letter.
Yeah. She turns to you.
You're the writer.
Like I would jokingly say, well, if you had prepared it, it'd be like rice paper, rice envelope, sign, wax seal. There, done. Move along.
So I will kind of pull you aside so that we're further away from the Mantis guards. I'll say there is a tradition at court where individuals send letters to different representatives, and there are two ways of doing so, either with sealed letters like we received when we first arrived at the Crab Inn, or unsealed letters, which allow for anyone who participates in the distribution of that letter to fully read the contents of the letter. It is a way to spread rumors, and there is even times where individuals will send letters that are not even from are from an individual who is not themselves, in order to create an intrigue or a narrative within the court. It is seen as an entertainment to some, and it is used as a secret cipher by others to ferret out information amongst the court. So I guess the question is, do we want to have it known that we are seeking counsel with the Mantis, or are we wishing to ensure that a letter is sent discreetly?
I just want him to know that we want to meet.
I pull out some fairly average paper, and I'll start walking toward the Crab Embassy, and pull out some parchment. I pull out some ink, and I'll look for, like, down this road, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look for a place where I can sit down on the side of the road and
Well, it looks like there's a nice statue here. I'm sure there's like a bench or two near the statue.
Let's find a bench.
With these little whatever they're called here. I'm sure there's places to sit.
Right. I will take a seat. I will unfold some parchment. I will pull out my inkwell, and I will write in a very friendly and easy to read letters. I will write out greetings from an old friend to Hitoshi. It was my wish that hopefully we can reunite and celebrate our history together in the homes of the honored Crane. I will sign it with my name. I will hand off the pen to Nozomi and offer her the opportunity to sign as well.
Is there a day and time you're wishing to meet in a place specifically? Are you inviting him to your embassy? What's going on here?
That is a good question. Where should we?
By the way, I'd like to make an addendum to the last game when I said there wasn't an adjacent town. There is an adjacent town. It's all in Courts of Stone. Where it gives a lot more, not a lot more, just a little bit more information about this castle. For example, I was looking for all of the descriptions of each of these places, and I thought maybe they'd be in Courts of Stone. But alas, no. There is a description of the floating tea house, which is already described in the adventure. But there is a place called Heiwamura. And I'll read a little for you. Samurai who tire of the stresses of high society may also wish to venture into Heiwamura below the palace. While nothing stops anyone from visiting the town in noble finery with bodyguards and servants in tow, doing so misses the point for many young samurai who need a break. More often, they adopt the dress of the tawdry dress of a kabukimono, flamboyant troublemakers, and sneak out of Kyuten Doji incognito for a night of free spending and hedonism.
Tarek, are you muted?
There's more I can read if you like.
I say, Nozomi. I said this, but it was muted, and I apologize. I would go. I have just the idea, Nozomi. We should go down to Himamura, and visit with Hitoshi down there, away from the prying eyes of all of the other clansmen. And get this, we can enjoy all the sake we want without any prying eyes to judge us afterwards. Freedom!
Yes, I was going to say we should go out drinking together. It would be a fun time.
So I will write all of this down in very fun script, and then I will offer an opportunity for Nozomi. Tomorrow
sign?
night do we have a free opportunity?
Tomorrow night is the Lantern Celebration.
Okay, so
Okay.
You could meet him at the Lantern Celebration.
I could meet him at the Lantern Celebration, but I want to go out to drink with him.
Well, we can
Okay?
Like, I want to go out as a group.
Then
we can
What about-
mention that
what-
too.
in 2 days, it's a free day. Free day in 2 days.
2 days and free day. Okay, so 2 days that evening is when I'll offer the night out.
Okay? Are you sealing
I will
this?
say on me as well.
Okay, you're signing this letter, so everybody knows it's from you.
Sure, because I don't care if anybody knows, because I'm going to seal it with my Emerald Magistrate chop. I have a personal chop.
That way, if anybody opens it,
I know. And
It'll be
I can
like-
say, under the authority of the Emerald Magistrates, you have just conducted a crime at Winter Court,
Oh
The
man,
advantage
talk
of
about
being a
causing a
magistrate.
shitstorm.
which is why I also write in very fun language or very fun font or like brush work, because if somebody
Bubble
does
font.
break it to find out what the lion is trying to hide in his message to the mantis, they'll find a fun letter about how we're gonna sneak out and drink all
Let's
night.
sneak out and party.
Yeah, exactly. It's just dying for somebody. It's like almost like a prank. It's dying for someone who's too eager to find out if the lion are plotting something to go after it.
Oh
Dude,
man, I could just imagine like a Bayushi or Scorpion clan member just like,
Or a crane.
is
The
this?
crane. Keep in mind, guys, the crane and the lion are right now, as we speak, currently at war, fighting over Toshirambo, just to the north of where we are.
And
This is a
the
huge
crane
battle.
just asked us to find out what the mantis's business is too.
So if somebody wanted to find out, they definitely want to read this message, and I'm gonna make it so that if they do, there's consequences.
And of course, I will sign this letter too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could just imagine the both of you just like arm in arm going, "Yas, queen," and I'd be like
Now-
just putting my hand, shaking my head, going,
As I seal the letter with my personal chop, I look over at Nozomi and I go, now, since I'm doing this and I'm covering the expenses of our night on the town, I want to ask you for a favor.
What can I do for you?
Well, I want to see about greasing the wheels with the director of the play. Her name is Doji Shigeru. Is it her or he, actually, Corey?
I have a picture of him.
"Yeah, Shigeru is a guy's name."
Doji
Never know.
Shigeru?
Yeah, I have seen like girl characters with the Shigeru name, so yeah.
And also, Crane are known to be extremely effeminate and use
Ooh.
names that are ill-fitting for their gender. I'm not even kidding. Toshimoko is
Oh,
a
he's
woman's
beautiful.
name that an old man has. Don't forget that. And that's a dude?
That's a dude. He's
You said a him. So
It
That-
probably
that
is,
just-
still is a him.
it just proves my point. They are all extremely
He's an
androgynous.
artiste.
Well, no. It's because Benton, right? Benton is an androgynous god, and because of that, the Crane often take on androgynous features as more.
Great, son. What are you?
What are your
person.
gender
I'm
pronouns?
I'm a samurai. No.
Like,
Are
what
you
are
a
your
boy or a
pronouns?
girl? I'm a courtier. I mean, what's in your pants? honor.
That goddamn joke.
I thought you were gonna say efficiency.
Efficiency.
Personally,
What
I
is in your
was thinking
pants?
Seduction.
Art.
I like that one a lot.
Bureaucracy. He said he's a courtier, so it's like efficient bureaucracy.
Art.
I
It's
also like
art.
art.
I like that one. Art.
Well, the Crane are all about perfection, but I thought it'd be a little over the top to say perfection is in his pants.
That would have been even more fitting, though. Strangely.
That's amazing.
So I want to ingratiate myself with this Doji Shigeru, and since the lion and the crane are not on particularly good footing, I thought perhaps you might be able to help me make an inroad.
Would you like to? You can write him a letter, and maybe meet him at the Lantern celebration. In
That
fact,
is a great idea, actually.
if you make it an open letter and make it a game of letters, it can be like a game to see if he can guess
Who it is that wants to be a part of his cast?
who it is that wants to meet him at the Lantern celebration.
I think that's a great idea.
How is it that I'm just expecting for it to be like an anime switcheroo where it's like, you're the one,
So,
and you're like
is
standing
this
right
gonna
next
be
to the
like-
person.
I'll be the one wearing the red flower in my hair.
Everyone's wearing red flowers in their hair.
Shit!
And then
Cherry
like
Blossom festivals, god damn it.
like I could just imagine the scenario. He sees a woman that's standing right next to him. He's like, "You're the one that I was speaking to." He goes up and like intimately like kisses her, and and you'd be like, "Whoa, okay, this is not where I was going with my letters."
You never
Apparently
know.
my wording was chosen a bit
You're too smooth.
incorrectly. Yeah.
Too smooth, man. Too smooth. You went too far in.
I really got into his head. I had to. I'm a perfectionist.
Oh yes.
I think that's a great idea, Corey. I will definitely write that letter. I will spend the rest of this portion writing the letter.
Okay.
But I'm going to send it.
Um,
Here's the deal then. Hida Nozomi. I would like to ask you to send the letter for me to Doji Shigeru from the Crab Embassy. So that it's
Yes.
more difficult for him to to figure out exactly who he's corresponding.
And that way, anybody who knows where the letter came from knows that it came from me.
Exactly.
So, to draft a letter, making a letter requires a TN1 composition or games check. And you may
that'll
spend-
be so hard for him.
You may spend opportunity on shugi or invocations if desired. Writing
As a social skill check, yeah.
Okay. If a letter is not replied to, the game is considered over, and the last person to have sent a letter wins.
Oh. I could win this with a single
Yeah.
letter.
Game.
The
So,
the GM may choose to summarize letters' contents instead of writing out full letters, and so can you. The presumption of anonymity in the game is a conceit. The letters are never sealed, meaning their contents are known by all the servants who have passed them along, and by extension, their masters. When a letter is sent as part of a game of letters, all players have a chance to read it, and all NPCs are aware of its contents as well. To determine the identity of the sender, the PC can make an aesthetics check to gain clues via quality of ink, paper, attachment, fragrances, composition checks to gain clues via turn of phrase or handwriting, culture checks to gain clues based on the subject matter, etc. Generally, these should be TN1 checks with higher number of bonus successes yielding more specific clues. Although it would be gauche to directly confront a suspected letter writer, a PC can attempt to question an NPC more indirectly.
So,
It
Corey,
would be
I wanna
gauche.
give you
It wouldn't be gauche if it was an invitation to meet, and then you do, and that can be the end of the letter writing there, but sometimes it's not.
So here's my idea. I want to write a letter that is a poem or like a riddle almost that incorporates the history of all the people who previously played roles in this play until now. like notable roles. So I am blessed by Fukurokujin. I have a history addiction, and I have heraldry on Earth. So if I spend a couple opportunity, I'm wondering, could I make this more intriguing to kind of bait the director into seeing that I know a lot of history about this play?
So you want to change the skill from composition to history for this letter writing.
History isn't a skill, so it would be like a composition fire check, and I'd be using history as my base of writing.
Oh, okay, I see what you want to do here.
Because history is just my advantage. I just have an advantage of history. And
But
Fukurokujin's
fire
blessing.
is, let me see here.
Inventive.
Invent.
overwhelm,
Solve a
theorize,
mystery,
incite.
to rewrite history.
History.
You know.
History is Earth.
Yeah, history is Earth. That's a recall kind of thing.
History is Earth, but Fukurokujin's blessing is fire.
So you'll have to do
What is
something
that?
that deals with fire if you want to do that, which would mean
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm making a poem based off of historical context. I
no,
would get
you can't do it
by
off
spending-
historical context. You'll have to do it off something else, which includes inventing, overwhelming, theorizing, inciting, or innovating.
Okay, how about this? Can I theorize a role in the play that would be perfect for me and leave riddle clues as to who I am based on the roles in the play?
Yeah, and you can use that history knowledge to say, like, this actor, I'm like this, and like this actor, I'm like this, right?
I love it. That'll
That'll work.
Exactly, that's perfect.
That'll work. So it's either games or composition.
I'm definitely gonna do composition.
It'll be fire. There's no different TN for using fire.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a void as well.
Okay, you may use Shugi or invocations on this.
I plan to, especially if I roll some good opportunities.
Optional rule: letters and techniques. Words exchanged between individuals on paper has as much weight as spoken words. At the Game Master's discretion, the letter exchange between PCs and NPCs may be a vehicle for using Shugi. Exchanging letters may be instrumental in determining the identity of a PC secret admirer. I have no problem with this. Shugenja may also inscribe invocations into their letters, using the rules for wards. I have no problem with this either.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay. I want this. Okay, so I'm gonna roll, and I'm gonna spend as afterwards. So here's my initial roll. I get to re-roll 2 of these dice. Okay, the 2 blank die I'm gonna re-roll from Fukurokujin's blessing. 1 ring and 1 skill. Okay.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take the 2 explosive successes and 2 opportunities. That gives me 2 strife.
You have 4 rings in fire? Dang.
I have 3 rings in fire,
Ah.
but I spent a void.
Oh. Gotcha.
So let me re-roll. I have 1 of each.
You only
die
need one
to re-roll?
success, mind you.
Huh?
You only need one success, mind you.
Oh, I only need 1 success.
Yes. Extra successes don't do anything.
Aren't gonna do anything like make it better. Okay.
No.
Then I'll take the 1 explosive success with strife, and then I'll take 3 opportunities.
Okay?
Okay. And here's the explosive success. Nothing. Okay. So 1 success, 3 opportunities. The opportunities I'm going to spend in fire.
Also, you can spend them to, like, do your normal fire stuff. So you could give the person you're sending the letter to 2 strife. I don't
Yeah, that's
think
what I was
you
gonna
want
say.
to.
If I can I make it so that the strife is like the impact of the poem, like the writing is so good that it literally is putting strife on them.
You're making them have strife, which is it kind of an attack. So,
Oh.
you know, I wouldn't.
I don't
do
want
that.
it to be like an attack. I'd prefer it to be like a. Can I store some strife in the letter? Like like what I'm saying is, if I use console to like draw strife away from them,
That
could
would have
I
been a
use
water
that?
check. Or
No. I have a technique that allows me to either console to give or to take strife away.
oh yeah, you can use that. It's a shugi, right? You can use that.
It's a technique. It's like a school technique.
Oh yeah, I'll allow that too.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if I want to make an impact on the reader, would you say that it would be the agitation version where I give twice my school rank of strife or take twice my school rank of strife? I wanted to leave an impact on the individual.
So you don't want to give that person strife. If you want to, like, unless you're trying to be antagonistical to them. If you're trying to be antagonistical to them, yeah, you can give them strife. If you're not, I wouldn't.
Okay. Then let me look at. I'm gonna need to look at the things. What is the opportunity table again?
132, 328. Sorry, 328. Downtime check fire. Assist another character. Energize another character in your company with your efforts. They may perform one additional downtime action.
Oh, that's fancy.
Since this is definitely your downtime action here, making these letters.
Oh, you know what? Perform the task in a flashy way, drawing attention to yourself. Extra opportunity attracts even more notice. Could I substitute that out in a way that's like more people will read the letter on its way through?
Oh yes.
Okay, then I'll use that. I'll use all three of my opportunity to make it so that more people will get involved in trying to decode who it is who wrote the letter.
Right. What role are you looking for? Do you want to play like the emperor himself? Or do you want to play like the father of the emperor's bride?
The father of the Emperor's Bride sounds like a small yet meaningful role, and that's exactly what I'm going for.
Excellent.
Something that I don't have to extremely outperform everybody else on the stage, but I can have a big impact in showing through my performance if I perform.
It's a pivotal role.
Okay.
So if you don't know, this is the story of how the emperor found his first wife, or his wife. his first wife off with her head.
Hey,
were
that's
many
not the
after that.
only way empresses die.
So yeah, the emperor was searching for his wife, and he heard of this woman, and he went to go find her, and the father of her hid her away, so no one could no courtier or high samurai could steal her away from him, because he was his father and he loved her. But eventually it was all found out, and the emperor married her, and that's the basic story. But we will actually get more into the story when we're closer to the play.
Then yeah, I will definitely be angling for the role of the father then.
Okay. So you've spent opportunity to do it in a flashy way? Anything else?
I think that's it. I
Okay.
have one success and then 3 opportunity. So those 3 opportunity are going directly into just making it so that other people will want to get in on the letter.
All right. Crystal, what are you doing for your action, your downtime opportunity? I'm sure you're just not watching him write letters.
It's so fascinating how fast you are at this.
I'm like, well, I guess I can't really help you with this. This is your area of expertise. I'm
You
gonna
can
go
always critique
practice
my
with my
grammar.
sword.
Okay, you go do some training back at your house. So that will be it for this evening's activities. Everybody goes home after they're done to sleep for the night, and you can follow up with your clans in the morning. So, Guest House of the Phoenix and Guest House of the Dragon. It has been 2 hours, so that is the end of this game session. We can, we'll pick this back up next Saturday. Everybody can gain 2 experience points.
2 XP.
Glad I caught that.
Perfect.
Sorry about that. I had to deal with angry housemates. Joy.
Well, Matt, by the time you get back, most of the people in your clan have turned in for the night, and you can speak with them in the morning
All right.
before the archery contest. Everybody will have opportunity to do an
Archery demonstration.
archery demonstration. Yes. Pardon
Next
me.
time on Rokugani Z.
So, if you watched this all the way through, you liked this video, obviously, so give it a like. Check out our Patreon, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.